This is a great opportunity to practice the arithmetize strategy. Now, yes, the actual algebra here is not that bad. It's simple distribution. But if you recognize that this is where we can arithmetize, where we can make up a number for x, then you're going to be setting yourself up for more success later when the questions are harder, the equations are more complicated, and you need to use this strategy because there is no other good way to do it. So get in that habit of thinking strategically about things, even when it's not the most efficient, so that way you are ready to go with that strategy when you actually need it to be efficient. So in this case, the reason I know to arithmetize is these x's are just in the question, they're in the choices, they don't matter. They're not asking me to solve for x, it is just a placeholder. And I also can see that if I make x equal to 0, then all these 19x squared terms are just going to disappear. Meaning the only thing that's going to matter in my answer choices is this end number, and they're all different. So if I make x 0, I will know the answer. So all I'm going to have to do now is when I substitute in that 0, and I would do this in my head, but I very quickly realized that I have 19 times negative 7. What is 19? That's an ugly 19. But what is 19 times negative 7? I bet it's negative 133. Let's see. 19 times negative 7 is negative 133. So now basically I've made up my own point, right? We're always trying to plug points into equations. What arithmetize does is when we don't have points, but we do have equations, we are able to still plug something in by making something up. My x value is 0. My y value kind of is negative 133. But at this point, I'm just thinking if I were to plug x into these equations, which one would also give me negative 133? It is very clearly choice A. That is very clearly the answer. So yes, from the start, we could have just distributed the 19 to both pieces, and we would have ended up multiplying 19 times negative 7 anyway. But I really want you to start thinking big picture, how we're going to incorporate these strategies into the harder questions. This is the easy module, but hopefully you're out of this easy module when you actually take the test, and then you're going to have harder stuff where it's not just simple distribution. So don't get used to this level of difficulty. If you're doing things right on your PSAT and your SAT, these questions, you're not going to see them, because you'll be placed in the module that gives you the much harder stuff where these kinds of strategies and this way of thinking is really, really important.